The Philippines is hosting this week a joint training exercise with the U.S. military that doesn't involve the use of firearms. This is part of the continuing subject exchange between the two allied countries in order to enhance defense capabilities. David Santos has more details for us. Hi, David.
Hi, Mai. Well, do not be deceived by its rather unfamiliar title, but the non-lethal weapons training is actually more of a crowd control exercise, which is quite common among our police and military forces. We often see this type of skills demonstrated when authorities have to deal with large crowds, such as massive street protests or violent situations like demolition of informal sector communities. Well, the Philippines is hosting for the first time the Non-Lethal Weapons Executive Seminar, or NOLS, which the U.S. Marines in the Pacific is initiating for the 13th year. Other nations in the Pacific have hosted this before, like Mongolia in 2013, as well as Indonesia, Thailand, and Australia. NOLS is an annual field training exercise and leadership seminar which aims to promote the effective use of non-deadly or pain-inducing weapons as a tool to maintain order in low-intensity conflicts or civil unrest. But just like most joint trainings, both the Philippines and the U.S., both Philippine and U.S. forces hope to engage and learn from each other on how to perform this particular type of security operation. Earlier today, we saw a civil disturbance management instructor from the Philippine National Police leading a training on crowd control, which is participated in by PNP, AFC, and U.S. Marine members. Of course, the police unit was in the front line in managing peace and order amid street protests during the recent State of the Nation address of President Aquino. Now, when the U.S. Marines will do the training, they will show to Filipino participants on the common types of non-lethal weapons, such as the use of tasers or tear gas. The U.S. Marines usually employ these type of weapons in Afghanistan and Iraq when security threats have to be dealt with the most minimal force, such as conducting arrests or incapacitating an unruly person. U.S. trainers also suggest the use of this type of weapons even on disaster relief. If you recall, Mai, in the aftermath of the Super Typhoon Yolanda onslaught last year, there was a breakdown of law and order in heavily devastated communities after residents became rowdy and violent, brought about by the chaotic situation. But the use of non-lethal weapons will be likely included in future trainings for disaster response. At the end of the NOLS program, the participants will hold a public demonstration of the skills they have learned from the exercisers later next week.
Thanks, David. David Santos reporting from Fort Bonifacio.